This is the OnePlus 13s and I've been using it for 3 months as my primary device right now. And in this super long-term review, I'll be sharing all my experiences that I had with this and why this here is an amazing smartphone, rather say flagship smartphone to consider in 2025. So here's all the great, good and not so good things about the OnePlus 13s. So without wasting any precious time, let's begin. First, let's talk about everything that makes this smartphone great. And all these things have definitely made me really happy. First up, performance. Now, I'm not going to bore you by showing more benchmark results or gaming results, but rather, let me just tell you very shortly that this smartphone is an amazing smartphone when it comes to performance. The Snapdragon 8 Elite does its job really well while not overheating, and that is great. This smartphone definitely doesn't overheat. Now, the powerful performance combined with the smooth animation and user experience of Oxygen OS, everything on the OnePlus 13s is really enjoyable. Be it everyday performance, gaming performance, everything is really smooth and the overall experience is really great. When it comes to performance, I'm going to give this a 10 on 10. Now, the best part about this smartphone is definitely its battery life. Now, this comes with a 5850 mAh battery, and let me tell you, this smartphone will last you for a very long time despite this being a compact smartphone. So there have been days where I use my smartphone very lightly, and on those days, this smartphone has given me like 2 days of battery life, like 2 days. Now, if you're a light to medium user, you can easily use the smartphone for more than 1.5 days. And let me tell you, that, my friends, is amazing. Now, even if you're a power user, like you play a lot of games or you use your smartphone a lot for calls, web browsing, or for work purposes, this smartphone can easily last you an entire day without any issue. You can easily end the day with like 20 or 30% battery depending on what you're using. And let me tell you that in a compact smartphone is very much appreciated. Now, along with that, you get a very fast 80-watt charger, and let me tell you, that also helps in the overall battery experience, because the OnePlus 13s gets charged really quickly. And especially for a person who comes from the iPhone 13 mini, this huge battery upgrade is a welcome addition. Now, the third best thing about this smartphone is definitely the display. OnePlus always gives really good displays, and the AMOLED display on this smartphone is pretty good. Watching content or playing games on this is enjoyable, and this comes with a variable refresh rate display which can go up to 120 Hz, and that also gives an overall really super smooth experience. Now, the best part about this smartphone display is that the bezels are thin, like they are actually pretty thin, and that gives the display here an even more bigger feel. Of course, the bezels are not symmetrical. The one at the bottom is slightly bigger, so giving it an asymmetrical look, but that's fine with me. But overall, the display here is amazing. The next best thing about this smartphone are definitely the speakers. So you get a dual speaker system here, and let me tell you, even though this doesn't have like the spatial audio sounds like the iPhones, this here is still a really good speaker. Even at high volumes, this doesn't distort, which makes this amazing for casual content consumption. These are by no means the loudest speaker in the market, but these really do get loud, and you won't have any problem watching any content on this smartphone without any issues. Now, another really great thing about this smartphone is definitely the plus key and some AI features. Now, the plus key can be assigned to do certain actions, and I use it to toggle between ring, silent and vibrate modes. And you do also have other options. You can launch your camera or the torch, things like that, useful stuff. Nothing overdone, just the basics. So I really like it. And I'm someone who usually doesn't talk about AI features unless it is useful for me. And I actually think there are a few useful features on this smartphone. Like, for example, when you're taking a call, you have the AI call assistant, so you can summarize or translate. I found those useful. Sometimes I haven't used them a lot, but I have used them sometimes, and those work great. And there are times when I've used the AI photo editor feature on the gallery app, and let me tell you, that has helped me quite a lot in a lot of situations. Now certain features aren't perfect, but they really work well. So I'm actually happy there are some useful AI features rather than a lot of gimmicks. Next up, the comfort and handiness of the smartphone. Like holding the smartphone in your hand is really comfortable. Now I really wish the back was slightly more curved, but since it's a boxy design, I mean, this is what you get, but still this is comfortable. The 6.3-inch display, the compact body, all give this smartphone a really nice in-hand feel. I really love how the OnePlus 13s feels in my hand, and let me tell you, this here is a pretty nice compact smartphone. And finally, box contents. I know not many people talk about this, but getting a charger, a cable, and even a case with your smartphone is rare these days, and the OnePlus 13s gives that, despite this being considered kind of like a flagship. So I'm really happy about that, and I will definitely include if I find other companies doing this. So with all the great things out of the way, let's talk about the good things. So here are things that are good but could have been better. First up, the cameras. So you get 3 cameras here. So 2 rear cameras, both are 50 megapixel, and one 32 megapixel selfie camera. Now I've seen a lot of reviews where some people talk about the OnePlus 13s's camera as like it's bad, it's horrible, and there are people who are like in the middle ground, like yeah, it is not the best but could have been better. And this smartphone actually comes in the second category, where it is good but could have been better. Now the photos, be it in the front or back camera, they are pretty good. And that is especially true when you give this smartphone a lot of light to work with. So say you're taking a photo outside or in a well-lit room, the images turn out really good. Of course, there is a tad bit of oversaturation, like very little. That's fine. It actually makes the image even more pleasant to look at. But other than that, the images are pretty good in well-lit conditions. Like even the selfies are really sharp and crisp. So if you're someone who loves taking a lot of selfies, you would definitely appreciate the front-facing camera here. Now again, this might not have the best processing, especially in this price range. Like there are other phones from Vivo and all which have like amazing processing, but still this actually has really good outputs. The dynamic range is sometimes a hit or miss. Sometimes it comes out well, sometimes not the best. So there are certain factors. So if you go in depth, there are certain factors that aren't great and can be tuned by OnePlus, but I'm not sure if they'll do that. And in low light conditions, this smartphone performs good, like somewhere between decent and good. It manages to retain the color, doesn't boost the brightness or anything artificially, so that's great. But in certain conditions there is noise or sometimes there's over smoothing. And now when you're switching between the telephoto camera and the main camera, there is a noticeable color shift. And actually the main camera has a little bit of oversaturation. While you zoom in, the telephoto camera has the saturation less, so it goes down a bit. Now when it comes to video, I've really hadn't any issues with this. Now the back cameras can take 4K 60 fps videos, whereas the front camera can take 4K 30 fps videos. So I'm really happy both cameras can take 4K videos, and the back camera videos are pretty good. They are usable, especially in really good lighting conditions. The videos are pretty good, and even the front camera actually takes pretty good video. I really don't have any complaints here. Now I'm sharing my experience after getting 2 updates. Let me tell you, the camera has improved quite a lot from when I first got this smartphone. Like initially I wasn't a huge fan of the camera, but right now the photos, the videos turn out to be pretty good. They're not the perfect, they're not going to beat your Apples or Samsungs or Pixels or anything, but they're still good. Like majority of the people who are going to buy the smartphone will really enjoy this camera. Now of course there's no ultra wide, and I really don't find that an issue, but if you are someone who wants an ultra wide rather than telephoto, then yeah, this might not work for you. And the next good thing about this smartphone is the fingerprint sensor. Now this here is an optical fingerprint sensor, and most of the times it works pretty good, but there are times this doesn't work really well. So it is not a very consistent fingerprint sensor, and that is kind of a bugging issue to me at times, because sometimes when you lazily keep your hand on the fingerprint sensor, it doesn't always register it. So yeah, that is kind of annoying. If that was improved, then this here is pretty good. And these are actually the two things that didn't really make it to the great section, because these features definitely need some improvement, some tuning to make them go there. But as of now, they are good. They're not bad and all, they are good. So with that said, let's move on to the one thing that's not so good about this smartphone. And that is, this smartphone has only USB 2.0. Now that is a pretty old standard, and considering where we are right now in 2025, I think still including USB 2.0 is not the best thing. And especially if you're someone who deals with a lot of files and you move files from your smartphone to your computers or somewhere, I think this will be a huge hindrance for you. Your transfer times will be definitely affected. And I think OnePlus should take into consideration that even if you're going to increase your smartphone, like say like 1,000 rupees, and still implement a newer USB generation port here, I think that is going to be much helpful rather than, putting in a pretty old generation. And that's actually my only complaint about this smartphone. And with that said, here are the great, the good, and not so good things about the OnePlus 13s. Now, I've been using this smartphone for 3 months, and all these things that I shared are based off my experience. And let me tell you, I really love the smartphone. I'm not going to be calling it a great compact smartphone, but rather going to call it as a great smartphone. And especially for the price you're getting this, the OnePlus 13s is pretty good value. I bought the smartphone for around 55,000 rupees, but right now you can buy the smartphone for 50,000 rupees, that is with bank offers. And let me tell you, for that price, this year is an amazing smartphone. So I'll have the link to the OnePlus 13s in the description below. And if you like this video, definitely make sure to subscribe. So thanks for watching, and this here is Suman signing off once again. Catch you later.